massively to the success of the company, and that makes you happy, that makes you content in terms of the outcome you're delivering. And we also create a wee joke that says, you know, this room is such a happy place that we can even build a sun deck and a veranda onto the side of this room so that you can bask in your success. But beyond being a happy place, the contentment room is also a dangerous place. It's a dangerous place if you don't recognise you're in the contentment room. Because what can happen at that point is maybe you let something slip. Maybe you're not on your A game just in the way that you were before. Maybe you get criticised for not delivering. And in sales, maybe we lose a deal. And what happens in that place is we fall into a place called denial. Denial is us not recognising that maybe we weren't on our A game, us thinking that there was other reasons why we weren't successful. There are other reasons why we didn't deliver on that project, or other reasons why we didn't win that deal. And denial is a dangerous place because there isn't self-accountability in this room. We start to blame others, or we think that there's outside forces at play that meant we weren't as successful as we normally can be. And that leads us to a place called confusion. Because when you're in this place called denial, what happens is you don't show up in your A game the second time and the third time. And for sellers, it means we maybe lose a second or a third deal. For non-sellers, it maybe means, you know, we get criticised again for maybe not delivering the best against the project that we're working on. And this ends up in this room called confusion. And one of two things happens in confusion. The first thing that can happen is we blame everybody else for where we're at. It's not your fault, it's everybody else's fault. And this is the room where most people leave Cisco. This is the room where people, you know, believe it's Cisco's fault as opposed to anybody else's fault, and they look for another job. The other approach, which is the approach we always want people to take, is some self-accountability, to look in the mirror and recognise that maybe you haven't been on your A game. Maybe you need to renew and refresh your thinking. Maybe you need to reinvigorate your approach